you guys could relive any moment from your life, like if Hugh Jackman's character really came to life and revisit something, what would you like to do? Al?
Dude, by all means, the Blake Shelton day where I got picked up in Blake Shelton's helicopter and flown to his restaurant, and I got to meet him and Gwen Stefani with my best friend Kirk, and then got to introduce him before a show. Dude, every time I tell that story, I get goosebumps. That was probably
So cool.
of my 20-something year radio career. That was probably the coolest day. What about you guys, Kelly?
I often go back to the to the night that I met Gabe Support.
That
was
hang out
the
with me.
funnest night. That was the funnest. I don't know what got into me. I'm usually not a very aggressive person, but I was like, I won't meet him. And I grabbed JC and Bad Influence Paul. And I ended up in VIP with Gabe Supporter and Katy Perry and Travis.
Awesome.
I was just like feeling myself. And yeah, it was a good
Kelly walked up
so
to
fun.
Who are you, Gabe? What do you do? I'm in a band. What's it called? Cobra Starship. What do you guys sing? She was going
No
in.
idea.
Snakes on a plane.
And then he the next thing I knew, he was lifting that velvet rope and said, "Come back here with me." I was like, "Yes, sir." It was fun. That was the funnest night.
I sat down next to Katy Perry. She was making out with Travis.
Oh, yeah?
And I was like, oh, this is cool. She's just sitting there making out with him. That's pretty dope.
What about you, Anna?
A couple of years ago, Ryan and I spent New Year's in New York, which was really, really cool. But New Year's Day was awesome because New York City was like weirdly empty. Like, I guess a lot of people were just like hungover. Like, it felt like the city was empty, which was just one of my favorite days. Like, we went to museums and restaurants and got coffee. It was like a really simple but really, really good day.
It was a perfect
day. It was a really, really good. It's one of my favorite days. So I think I'd go back and relive that.
Part-time Justice?
It was probably watching Cardi B at ACL with my best friend Janai, and because me and her are both Cardi B fans, so we just watching her perform her whole life, and then just she's leaving the stage and she's all sweaty, can barely breathe because she just gave it her all. It was a really good time.
What about you, Trey, in the control room?
I'd probably say my wedding day. Sounds pretty cliche, but I got to go play golf in the morning, and then
we all meant to say that too.
I put
my wedding day. Yes,
I got to. Then all I had to do was really tie a tie and go hang out on the beach and get married. It was great.
Yeah,
Wonderful.
I have said that I would relive my wedding every weekend if I could afford it. That was a fun party.
Yeah, it
was a fun
was.
party.
It really was.
Man, I would probably want to relive the first date I had with Kinsey. Because that's it's when the butterflies in your stomach are at the highest level and everything is so blurry because you're just kind of blinded by that new, it's not love yet because you just met them, but it's that sensation of like, oh,
Intoxicating.
what's this? Yeah, it's intoxicating. It's like, how long, what's this going to lead to? And like, that's when we had our first kiss. We went for a hike. Then later on she came back and we had a party at our house and she was there, and I would like to relive that and just kind of see what I forgot from that day because there was so much.
I know they were both great days, but was that one better than the proposal day at in the Bahamas?
Man, they were both pretty cool. But the only little bit of sourness with the proposal,
me so mad
which
every
I would,
time.
Kid Craddock didn't want us to let the rest of the cast know. And so after I proposed to her, we had John Vesley from Secondhand Serenade. He came out and sang while I proposed. And the only other person that knew was Kid and our engineer, Rob Chickering, who was on camera. And then Kid came out and he goes, hey, could I ask you guys a favor to not let the rest of the cast know because I want to wait till Monday to tell the...
So you just had to hold that secret?
Yes,
so
poor Kinsey. You know, that's the day the girl waits for her whole life.
You want to tell everybody.
She had to take the ring off and hide it. I was so mad when I found out.
I looked at her
and
I was like, and I could see a little bit of sadness in her eyes because she wanted to just go back. And we did go back to our room later that night after because we had a dinner and everything. And she said, "Can I put it back on?" I was like, "Yeah, you with me. You put it back on." So.
She had to suppress her feelings.
Yeah, she had to suppress it. But if we would have been able to be open about it that whole time, then I think I would absolutely relive that because I would have gotten to party with you guys.
Oh, well.
But it was a good reveal on Monday, though.
It was. Except for me.